right, guys, good morning and welcome back to Tang Soo Do Basics. Today we're going to go over the horse stance. The horse stance is probably the most common stance known in the martial arts and all karate styles, even kung fu styles. The horse stance is one of the basic stances to develop the leg strength, stability, but it also has an applicable use as well. So let's get into the horse stance. Okay, when talking about the horse stance, normally you'd start out in a normal stance like this. Your horse stance is going to be, you can get into it in a variety of different ways. We normally just take one wide step out with our left foot, double the width of the shoulders. Other styles may take one into going half and half on either side. Whatever way you get into it in your style, that's perfectly okay. There's not one best way to do it. All right, but going from here, the way we do it is stepping out with your left foot. You're going to step out to double your shoulder width. Okay, now when you're standing here like this, traditionally you want your toes pointed forward. All right, the next thing would be keeping your butt tucked in, and you're just going to drop down. As you drop down, you want your knees going out over your ankles, okay, in this position here. And you're just lowering yourself down into your horse stance. Some people go as far down as to having their upper thighs parallel, which if you have that flexibility and you're able to move, which is critical, that's fine. But you go down, being sure your knees are out over your ankles, your toes pointed forward, but with your toes pointed strictly straight forward, you're kind of putting a little bit of stress on your knees here. So if your toes are angled out a little bit, that's perfectly okay. The stance actually becomes more stable because it's more natural and a more stable and stronger position for your toes to be in line with your knees, because that's the way your body's designed. So from here, back straight, head up, perfect posture. Always paying attention to your posture. No matter what stance it is, you want to pay attention. You want it to be as if you're being suspended from a string from the top of your head, so that your spine and your neck stay elongated and your back is straight. Normally, you'll start from back here, doing your punching exercise, blocking exercise, whatever. All right, but this is the horse stance. From the side, paying attention to the mistakes most people make. Most people will have their butt out and be leaning forward. Your tailbone gets tucked in, your back is straight, and your knees straight out to their sides, like so. The practical application of the horse stance is similar to the front stance. Like, say if somebody grabs me from behind, I step behind them and I go to throw them back over my leg. I'm in a horse stance. They're going to go over my thigh. For me to be able to do that and do that effectively, especially if it's somebody bigger than me, I want to be able to turn and be able to throw them over my leg and stay stable. If my stance isn't right, or if my back's not straight, if my stance isn't strong, I run the risk of going down to the ground with them. Again, that's not something you want to do in the street. So practice your stance, keep it low with your knees out over your ankles, dropping straight down, head up. This is your horse stance. Best way to practice this is just sit here like this, either during commercials, if you're watching a game or whatever, or show on TV, do this during the commercials, you know, and then take a break in between commercials, and then eventually switch to doing this during your show and taking your break during the commercials. Although nowadays they're probably about the same. So you can try that. You can also do it like a squat. Drop down, come up, flex your thighs as hard as you can. Flex all the muscles involved, relax, drop back down. Hold it, come back up, flex, drop back down, go a little bit further each time, and then hold. You'll do about 5 reps where you come up and flex, and then drop, and on the last one, hold it for as long as you can. And that is the horse stance. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments below. Let me know how your style does their horse stance, your foot positions, if there's any differences. Go ahead and put them in the comments below. Also, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the subscribe button and hit that little bell next to it so that you get notified every time new videos come available. And be sure to go to my website, www.kevinwputala.com, and subscribe there so that you get all of the latest articles that come out, everything to do with Tang Soo Do, as well as updates as the online school is developed, and subscribers will have the opportunity to get sneak peeks and evaluate and give feedback on the lessons as they're created. So I'll talk to you next week where we will cover this side stance.